Good morning. Won't you please pray with me? May the words of my mouth and the meditation of our hearts be always acceptable to you, O Lord, our strength and our Redeemer. Amen. Who is this prophet, Jesus? This was the question on the lips and the hearts of the crowds as Jesus rode into Jerusalem in our first gospel lesson that we heard this morning. Who is this King of humility? Now, I don't know about you, but this question today, on this Palm Sunday of 2020, in the midst of this strange time, this question, who is the King of humility, rings differently in the ears of my heart in a way that has never happened before in my lifetime. Who is this man who rides into Jerusalem triumphantly, with his head held high, knowing what is yet to come? Who is this man who cleanses the temple, who dares to speak truth to power boldly, even knowing what lies ahead? Who is this man who has such a love for his friends that he is willing to lay down his own life for them, for us? As we enter this Holy Week, I invite you to join me in pondering anew, in the midst of this strange time, all of these questions. Who is this Jesus? Who is this King of humility? Who is this man who lays down his life for us? Do we dare to follow him with boldness and humility, in truth, and also in justice, in mercy, and in love? Are we bold enough to let go of the earthly things that we cherish, but the things of the flesh that take us on paths that lead us away from God? Do these questions settle differently on our hearts on this day? There are many beloved symbols that we are missing today, and yet there is still so much opportunity for us to learn something new in the midst of this crisis. Opportunity for us to learn something new about the heart of God, a chance to bear witness to something that we've never seen before. God is with us. God will help us. And if we are willing to have open hearts, God will ensure that we grow in ways that we never dreamed were possible. For that is what the King of Love does. He loves. So this whole Holy Week, I invite you to try something new. Be intentional this week about meeting God in a new way. Open the eyes and the ears of your heart in a way that you have not yet tried. Maybe you didn't have the time. Maybe you didn't have the inspiration. Now is the opportunity this week to try something new and meet God in a new way. So I have some suggestions if you like. Try a few minutes of silence or meditation each day. This one's a good one coming up. Choose a 3-hour time slot. Turn off all of your electronics. Your phone, your television, your computer, your tablet, your video games. Tough one, right? If you are constantly connected, as I know that I am, turn it off. Pick a time this week and turn it off and spend that time with God. If you can go safely, go on a walk where you seek God. Draw, paint, create, listen to music, dance, pray. Prayer's always good, and I have lots of resources for you to do. You can pray the daily office in your Book of Common Prayer. You can use the daily devotions for individuals and families. That's found on page 136 of the Book of Common Prayer, which you can access online if you need to. You can join us for the liturgies that we have scheduled this week, or any day of this week. You can sit down and have an informal conversation with God each day. Laugh, bake, sew, clean, garden if the weather cooperates. Call someone who is alone. Send a card or a letter to someone that you're missing. Do something different this week. Be intentional about creating that space, a new space for you and God to meet. Let's make this a new Holy Week 2020, one that is filled with God, with intention and with purpose. And with God's help, we will learn something new about the heart of God. We will discover something new about ourselves. We may have a chance to bear witness to something that we've never seen before. And God will ensure that we grow in ways that we never thought possible. For that is how it is with the King of humility, the King of peace, the King of love, who loves life and desires it for all of creation. Even you and me and all of those around us. The King of love loves life, and let's spend some extra time with him this week. Amen.